Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're diving into SportsFuture. It's this really interesting initiative built on a belief that, the future of sports isn't going to be one with hype. It's going to be one with something a lot quieter and, frankly, way more powerful, purpose-driven technology.
And get this, our story doesn't even start in some flashy tech hub like Silicon Valley. Nope, we're in a revitalized warehouse in Porto, Portugal. And that quote, "a quiet revolution," that's absolutely key. It tells you everything you need to know, right? This was a conscious choice to step away from all the noise and chaos of the tech world and just focus on building something with real intention from the get-go.
So that warehouse, that became the very first sports office. But look, it was way more than just a building. It was a statement. They deliberately skipped the whole corporate spectacle thing. Why? So the focus could be 100% on collaboration, on building something that would actually last and have real value for the world of sports. Yeah, forget the celebrity endorsements, the big flashy launch parties, none of that. What was happening inside was a serious meeting of the minds. You had former athletes, seasoned administrators, and the tech wizards needed to make it all happen. They all had one shared goal: to build a new foundation for sports, something built on actual value, not just the next viral trend.
Okay, so how did they kick this whole thing off? Well, instead of trying to boil the ocean and do everything at once, they got super focused. They started with just two foundational houses of sports, swimming and football. And then they created these digital assets. Yep, the platform's very first NFTs to represent those communities. This was the move that set the stage for everything else.
And this right here is where you really see the vision click into place. These weren't just, digital collectibles to sit in a wallet. No way. They had real-world utility baked in from day one. The swimming NFT, that got you access to training programs led by actual athletes. The football one, it unlocked collaborative playbooks. See, they were designed to be tools, not just trophies. The goal was to directly empower the communities themselves. But, of course, to make all this cool stuff actually work, you need some serious tech running under the hood, right? So let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that makes this whole vision of quiet, purposeful innovation actually possible.
All right, first piece of the puzzle, Apertum. This is what's called a Layer 1 blockchain. The easiest way to think about it is like the concrete foundation of a skyscraper. It's the fundamental bedrock of the entire system. It's the base layer that makes sure every single transaction is fast, secure, and totally reliable. It's kind of like the invisible hero holding the whole thing up.
Okay, so if Apertum is the foundation, then you've got DAO1. And DAO1, well, that's like the community-run government that lives in the skyscraper. It's a decentralized voting system, which is just a fancy way of saying there's no single boss calling all the shots. Instead, the athletes, the clubs, the organizations, they all get a real say in shaping the rules and making the big decisions together.
And this is where we get to a really important shift in thinking, a key philosophical difference. SportsFuture made a conscious decision to move away from that early get-rich-quick hype that defines so much of Web3. The goal here was never about speculation. It was about evolving into something more mature, a more responsible model they call stewardship.
Now, to be clear, they're still using the powerful tools that were forged in those wild early days of crypto. But, and this is a big but, the mission is fundamentally different. It's all about taking that raw, almost chaotic exploratory energy and channeling it, aiming it toward a much more focused, purpose-driven future.
And you can see that evolution perfectly right here. On one side, you've got the origins of the tech, all that raw, exploratory energy, fueled by hype and community mining. And then on the other side, you have the SportsFuture vision. It's matured. It's focused on that idea of stewardship and building a real, lasting legacy. It's a very deliberate shift from chaos to creation.
So what does this stewardship thing actually look like in the real world? Well, it's all about empowering everyone in the system. For instance, brands can authenticate their gear with NFTs, and when they do, royalties can be automatically sent to athlete funds. Or think about this, athletes can tokenize their own career highlights to crowdfund for causes that they're passionate about. It's really about building a system that's transparent, fair, and, good for everyone involved.
All right, so let's bring it all together. What does this new collaborative future actually look like on the ground? How does all this tech create a real win-win for, say, an athlete training every day or a scout out there trying to find the next superstar?
What you get is this really simple, but honestly incredibly powerful cycle.
Check this out. First, an athlete logs their training data or a performance milestone on-chain. Step 2, that action creates a digital credential, a verifiable, trustworthy record of their progress that can't be faked or changed. And then Step 3, that digital proof of their hard work starts to unlock real-world opportunities. We're talking sponsorships, grants, partnerships. It's a direct line from effort to reward.
And look, this isn't just theoretical stuff. I mean, just imagine a young swimmer in Gaia being able to inspire her peers all over the world with verified proof of her progress. Or picture a scout in Porto discovering some incredible hidden talent somewhere they'd never normally look, all because of a fair and transparent database. Suddenly, the impact becomes really tangible and deeply human.
So at the end of the day, SportsFuture isn't trying to disrupt or replace sports. That's not the goal at all. It's about using these powerful tools, transparency, shared ownership, to enhance and serve the true soul of the game. It's designed to be an ally to sport, not some kind of tech invader.
And that really leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. What if the next great frontier for sports isn't about individual gain at all, but about a share of ascent? It really makes you imagine a future where competition actually fuels collective growth, and where success isn't just measured by who wins, but by how we all rise up together.